Must be hard in those environments because they're obviously surrounded by other high achievers as well, and they're all pushing each other. I'm curious with, I guess, coronavirus and everything, where do you see yourself kind of going next? Like, even for us, like our businesses have changed with just how much we've had to kind of push more online. People don't want to do face-to-face meetings as much anymore. I'm having to do a lot of Zoom chats and stuff. Like, what's your, like, you're saying your goal setting, planning, like, where are you goal setting and planning for next?
Oh, it's not by choice, but yeah, my whole business now has to be virtual. Before coronavirus hit, I had a year and a half planned out of all the different conferences I was speaking at, and it was like they're basically locked in. So that's my finances for that year and a half, and it was like fucking way more money than I'd ever earned my entire surfing career. You know, like I've gotten this. I was like, I couldn't believe it, like how well I was doing speaking, and I was like planning on, I can look for this real estate and maybe live in this house, and it's like everything was going good. Blink of an eye, gone. Like all of those jobs gone. Like 95% of my earnings vanished overnight. So it's kind of, and at the start it was like everyone was like this. It was like, well, it's okay, we'll just ride it out to the end of the year and then things will go back to normal and we'll start having face-to-face conferences again. And I was kind of like that as well. And living in the awesome country that we live in, it's like the government's helping you out, which, you know, doesn't mean I will go dig too far back into my savings and dig myself in a hole. So that was kind of good. And so I just figured, you know, I'll just enjoy the time with my baby, and then by the end of the year we'll be doing face-to-face conferences again, and then it'll all be good. But as it's played out, you're kind of seeing that it might take a fair bit longer. If not, a lot of things, I think like a percentage of the conference world and events will always be virtual now because they're getting such good results from them. They're so much more cost effective for companies. So I think a certain percentage will always be that way. And I don't think here in Australia we'll be doing face-to-face big conference events for, I don't know, my prediction now is like 2 years, maybe longer. So everything I do now is virtual.